Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time, with over 180 million copies sold and over 110 million users playing every single month. Considering each copy sells for $20, well, that's a whole lot of money, and it makes sense why Microsoft paid $2.5 billion to purchase it. But you already know that because, well, it's Minecraft. It comes free with Windows 10, it's on mobile, it's on Xbox, it's on Switch. Minecraft is one of the most pervasive games in history. And quite frankly, it's incredible to imagine that you could find this particular YouTube channel about video games and not have heard of it. In fact, you probably own a copy. We here at Crymore even have a community server where we, well, build things. Probably the hardest thing to understand about Minecraft is that it is incredibly free form. You do what you want to do. There's a story, kind of. There's a progression, sort of. But primarily, you just do whatever you want. Build a tower of diamonds. Recreate the fort from Lord of the Rings. Create a minecart racing track. Or use Minecraft as a way to propagate and archive banned articles from journalists inside countries that are censoring them and provide a way for citizens of those countries to find and read them. I guess it's all about degree. Reporters Without Borders, a freedom of the press organization, has released a server and a map for Minecraft, specifically a gigantic library. In many countries around the world, there is no free access to information. Websites are blocked, independent newspapers are banned, and the press is controlled by the state. Young people grow up without being able to form their own opinions. By using Minecraft, the world's most popular computer game, as a medium, we give them access to independent information, says Christian Mier, the managing director of Reporters Without Borders Germany. I've included the address below and on screen, and all you have to do is connect your 1.14.4 Minecraft to it, and suddenly you'll be there. You can fly around, you can read the articles in their original language or in English, you can hear them being read.
من السجن هاري بوتر في ترى. تحركت بصعوبة عائدا إلى العنبر يئن الزراعية تحت وطأة حقيبتي الزيارة الثقيلتين في كل يد. شعرت بالعرق والهمر انهمارا من تحت شعري الذي طال للشهور.
Or you can simply take in the absolutely mind-boggling level of detail and custom textures created for this marketing event. And it is a marketing event, let's not mince words here. Certainly, there is an attempt to actually archive and provide these censored or banned articles, but ultimately the hope and goal is that you will load it up and talk about it. That I will talk about it, and that it will draw attention to this. Hearing the words of Jamal Khashoggi, or reading Win Van Dy's words, or floating over the memorials of a selection of journalists murdered by the Mexican cartels is certainly a sobering moment, and juxtaposing that against the beauty and grandeur of the library that's been built, and add in the insane fact that all of this is being run through a video game that's essentially just digital Legos in order to undermine half a dozen oppressive governments. And it's sort of both too much and too little all at once. For those of us with free access to the internet, this is not that big of a deal. We can, with a few strokes of our keyboards, get access to just about anything, and say just about anything. We can pull up, download, and splice in video of the Tiananmen Square event from 4th of June, and no one is going to show up at my house and arrest me. I'm not going to be taken away, and neither are you. But the men and women who have written the words in these Minecraft books have been murdered, have been jailed for decades, or disappeared. And if you live in one of those countries that I've almost certainly gotten this video blocked from, well, finding these words is actually kind of difficult. But now you can see them in Minecraft, and that's certainly something. The library itself took 3 months and 24 builders to complete and represents over 12.5 million blocks. It uses a neoclassical Roman-esque architectural design to evoke certain feelings of knowledge and culture.
The library was designed in a neoclassical architectural style that's often used to represent culture and knowledge. But we use this style to design a building that represents the freedom of knowledge and the power that the truth has over oppressive government authorities and regimes.
And has 3 wings with 2 halls each. Those halls are devoted to Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Egypt, Russia, and Vietnam, with an additional hall for Reporters Without Borders. In each hall are a series of books and recordings, some visual artistry designed to elaborate on the hardships facing those countries, and that's about it. The central dome, which is over 300 meters wide, and if it existed in real life would be the second largest dome in the world, is covered in 180 flags. Why 180? Well, that's the number of countries Reporters Without Borders covers in their Press Freedom Index. If you're curious like I was why it's 180 and not 192 or 195 or 197, which is the number of countries in the world depending on who you ask, that's because some countries just aren't reported on enough to even have a Press Freedom Index. Fun fact, I guess? Behind each flag is yet another book that lists facts about that particular country and their place on the index, plus why they're rated so highly, rated so poorly, or in between. That being said, though, this is the sum whole of the presentation. To be sure, it's a very impressive Minecraft build, and it's definitely a unique way to attempt to bypass currently existing filters from oppressive governments. However, it is rather obtusely built. You have to own Minecraft to generally understand how to play it in order to navigate this world. Inside this world, you'll find what amounts to about 15 articles, maybe 10 audio recordings, and an incredibly hard to browse copy of the Press Freedom Index. Furthermore, I can't imagine that if a country has taken the extreme action of blocking an entire website to stop the dissemination of a single article, they would have that much of a problem blocking a domain in Minecraft, if not blocking access to the game's traffic entirely. And so it's a marketing stunt, a very pretty, very impressive marketing stunt. It's no surprise then that one of the organizations listed first and foremost is DDB Germany, an advertising company that's worked on some interesting campaigns. This is a VW commercial, and they're saying it can stop so fast that the dead bugs will be thrown off the car, and the frog is there to catch them all, which, you know, I mean, it's certainly a message to say, I guess. I don't know. I applaud that gaming is being seen as more than just obnoxious squeakers screaming about getting wrecked in Fortnite. It's exciting to me that a video game might actually help increase the amount of information successfully evading oppressive filters, and perhaps improving lives in some small way. But I'm also cynical. This is a marketing stunt that feels easily countered by any government that wants to do so, and represents a shockingly sparse selection of information for so much effort.
My team and I built the Uncensored Library for Reporters Without Borders. Part of its gameplay is gathering and crafting items such as books. Once crafted, books can be written in and shared with other players.
Could there not have been hundreds or even thousands of articles included alongside the curated selections? Could there have been a concerted effort to provide ease-of-use mechanics more frequently and more obviously, even to the detriment of the aesthetics? I would love to see a modern-day Gutenberg library in Minecraft, something where you can go read these very serious articles and hide it from those who would seek to steal your freedom. I just don't think this is it. Try it out. It's super easy to get into. Details are in the description. Then let me know what you think, or if you don't try it out, let me know why. I'm interested in your opinions. Please consider sharing this because it really helps us since we're small creators on a large platform, but feel free not to. If you'd like to watch another video, you can do that in the corner right now. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.